Next, we'll have a look at a circular donut or a pie chart. This specific example what I've taken, which also applies to pie chart, is a donut chart. Pie chart has a solid in center, whereas donut has the background color in center. It is transparent. So a tire shaped or a donut shaped chart is known as a donut chart. Similar to pie chart, they show the relationship of parts to whole. This is one point which you need to remember. What does it take? It takes the properties such as legend, the details, the value, and the tooltip. And where do we use this? The sum of the donut chart value must add up to the 100%, not the 100 value. Please remember this. Too many categories make it difficult to read. So some countable categories, cities such as or states can be used, right? Donut chart are best used to compare a particular section to the whole rather than comparing individual sections to each other. Another important point to remember. Till now, what we were doing is we were comparing two values in the same domain, be it sales versus target, be it invoice count of an employees, but compared to another employee. So it was always employee to employee, product to product comparison based on another factor. What if you want to see a part to a whole relationship to check the volume? What if we want to see how much percentage revenue a product is bringing in the organization compared to the total revenue? In that case, you would ideally would like to see part for a whole relationship, which in turn, as a designer of Power BI, you would think about a donut or a pie chart. Let's have a look. So what I've done is based on the employees, I've created a donut. I would like to tell you that this is the disadvantage of many items if you are trying to find out in part for a whole relationship. So that's when you might want to tweak. So this is not an ideal scenario to visualize part for a whole relationship. Let's go with another visual. Let's revert this first of all and bring the earlier chart back. Now let's create a donut chart. Let's have a donut chart of about probably, I don't want orders. Let's have a look at products. Let's have a product name. This is the value. This is showing all the products. We would like to have details of product and unit price, probably in this fashion. Since the product list is huge, we are left with very few things. What about region? What if we bring in region over here? And then region wise, what if we break down part for a whole relationship? So this is probably something very close to we'd like to see as a donut chart. This can very interchangeably used for a pie chart. So a pie is a complete solid circle. You remove the central piece and it becomes a donut. All the values remain the same. Now, as a legend by default, it is showing these two values. If you want something more on top of it, you can have probably product name, but it would show you the count. So we don't have that value. So we cannot have that. So there are certain things system would not allow you to do. So those things is what we need to take care. So units on order, let's see. No, it can't be added. But units in stock, what about this? It can be added. So these many units are overall available of stock across all the products. Still, it is not bifurcated. That means the relationship, since the data is repetitive of this, that means unit in stock has no relationship to the region. So we cannot use this again. So if I have to go back and see what is the region table looking like, let's see it. Let's expand it. Let's scroll to the top and let's see, region table is connected to the people. So if I have a customer name over there, then let's see what happens. So region table is connected to people. So if I go into the people 2 table, then I can have this detail as my legend probably. Yes. See, and if I make it, since it has so many customers, it is breaking that value down. If I move it to tooltips, it will give me the count. It is giving the first or the last. I can have a count of customers in the region. This region has 3, this has 36, this is more interesting now. So this is where, when you design a donut or a pie chart, is the question you will ask yourself, what do you want to keep it in tooltips? How do you want to make your donut like? And on what basis? So our basis over here is region. What are we showing is the unit price as its value. So for every region, this donut is bifurcated on unit price. So if you look at it, unit price is uniformly distributed. So if I remove this and I move it over here, right, and I keep this. So now you have a good chance of understanding that there are 686 customers coming from the west and very minuscule percent coming from the other region. So your focus of your effort should be lying in the west region. Any additional column data you would like to see, you can keep it in tooltips. This is the legend. If you have something else related to it, you can show it in legend. Overall, this is what the donut and pie chart with what it looks like.